Hey everybody, first of all I wanted to say thanks to everyone who liked and subscribed from the last video about ComfyUI and Blender. I'm not sure how many AI specific videos I'll make, but I did this the other night for kicks just to see if it would work, and I wanted to share because I thought it was pretty hilarious. I was thinking about how some AI workflows can still generate some truly frightening things when you're after a higher quality result. But it occurred to me that it might be interesting to just roll with some of the more awful results, consider how to work with the disadvantages, and just generally have fun and try to make myself laugh. So remember, we're not making a production quality asset here, just showing directionally what's possible with some of these technologies. Here's what we're going to do. First, we create the character image with a T-pose in ComfyUI. Then, we use that image to make a 3D model of the horrifying character with Trellis, which is an image to 3D model generator. We rig the model with an auto-rigger solution, we animate the character, and we put it in a horrifying environment in Unreal Engine 5. Let's talk about this ComfyUI workflow from left to right. First, we load the model, and again, for me, it's Juggernaut XL. Then we add a positive prompt and a negative prompt. This is just the description of your character, and this is what you don't want. Next, we're going to load some control nets. Instead of doing depth or lines this time, we're going to try to extract a pose that we can apply to our character to make it easy to rig later. We load the SDXL control net union model, then we apply a control net, and into that control net's image, we have to take a picture of a character or anything that's in a T-pose. Then we put it into Open Pose node, which you may have to download. You can alternatively just use the control net preprocessor and select Open Pose because that's what we're using, but this one allows you to have a little more control over the face, the body, and the hands. Once we run that, we get this image, which is a pose that's extracted from here. Set this control net's value pretty close to or at exactly 1 because we really want this pose to come through. If you want your character to look like an existing nightmare, just take a picture of that and pipe it into a second control net, adjusting the strength so you get the look you want, but without messing up the pose. Then it's into a K-sampler with an empty latent image, 832 by 1216, which is what Juggernaut likes, and using the samples that they specify on the model page. Then we decode it into an image, and we get something horrifying like this. Once we roll the dice enough times and get something we like, we then have to upscale it and remove the background. And to do that, we're just going to upscale image using model. This one seems to work well. Take the image that you like, run it through this, and then do a remove background operation. I'm using the InspireNet RemBG node, which you may need to install, but pretty much any of these works the same way. All we're doing here is removing the background and just preserving the character because this is the kind of image that Trellis needs to make our character, and sometimes Trellis cuts off arms, legs, heads, things that you need. So we're going to do this ourselves and then move over to Trellis and feed it in to make our model. Trellis couldn't be easier to use. You can find it here on Hugging Face, and there's actually a way to bring Trellis into ComfyUI, but I've been using this for a while and it works just fine. So here all we need to give Trellis is our background removed image of our terrifying character, and then we just mess with these for a second until we find something that works pretty good and hit generate. That'll give us our generated 3D asset. To make a model that we can download and use, we just have to hit extract GLB. And here you can up your texture size or reduce your poly count just a little bit, and it's going to give you this. He's perfect. Now we just need to download the GLB so we can move on to the next few steps. Here in Blender, I'm going to import the GLB I made with Trellis and clean it up a little bit, also turn it into an FBX because the rest of the workflow I'm going to use here requires an FBX. If you just stay in Blender for the rest of the time, you might not need to do the FBX conversion. To import a GLB, you just need to go to File, Import, and look for GLTF, which contains GLB and GLTF files. If you don't see this import option here, you just need to go to Edit, Preferences, and search for GLTF to install that. I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping here, and the first thing I'm going to do is move him up to the origin, where his feet would be at the floor. Then I'm going to set the pivot point to where his feet are. Next, I'm going to fix something I noticed with the feet here. If you look closely, you can see that the toes here, or whatever those are actually joined here, and that's going to cause problems in animation. There, it's perfect now. We can also see that Trellis gives us a material, and if we turn on the viewport renderer, we can see it here. Now let's export this to FBX and move on to the rigging stage. To do that, I'm just going to select the character, go up to File, hit Export, and look for FBX. To add a skeleton to this character, I'm going to use a program called AccuRig from Reallusion. This is a free program and I get really good results with it when I'm doing something quick like this. There are lots of ways to do this, but this is the way I'm most comfortable, so I'm going to use this. To use AccuRig, all we need to do is drag the FBX file we generated from Blender into here. Now we can hit Body Rig and it'll try its best to figure out where the joints are. As you can see, it didn't do a great job, but it doesn't know what the hell this thing is. So all we need to do now is select one of these, which is the knee here, and try to position these about as closely on this thing's anatomy as they might go. Optionally, you can rig the hands here, but I'm just going to select 0 fingers and keep going. And there he is. Absolutely terrifying. We can try a few more animations to see how he really works. Definitely not as bad as it absolutely could be. Next, I'm going to export this character as an FBX so I can bring him into Blender with his skeleton attached. I'm going to import this character into Blender using the Reallusion Pipeline toolset for Blender, which is also free and installs just the same as any other Blender add-on. To bring the character in, I'm going to click on the CC Pipeline tab here and just hit Import Character, selecting my rigged character that I just exported from AccuRig. This makes it really easy to apply a Rigify rig so you can animate him yourself. Just go to Rigging and Animation and hit Rigify. There, now he's got a rig. In order to modify this, you need to switch this to pose mode and make sure you've selected the actual rig. Now this obviously has some problems. It's not perfect, and I hope you didn't expect it to be, but we can at least move around some of the big parts like his legs and his hands. That's going to give us a lot of control. If you're better at animating than I am, you can just make all your animations now that you have this rig and export them, but I'm going to do them in iClone because it makes animating for people who suck at animating really quick and easy. Now we want to bring this thing to life, and I'm going to do that in Unreal Engine 5. First we set up a creepy scene in Unreal. This is going to help sell the fact that this thing is an absolute nightmare. Then we import the character, which you should export as an FBX and choose skeletal mesh. Import your animations from wherever you made them, and just remember that you need to choose that character skeleton. Let's place him in a creepy spot in the scene, create a level sequence and open it in the sequencer window, add the character to the sequence, add an animation track, add a camera, and be afraid. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.